Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and I'm here to show off some of the spoiled Jumpstart Historic Horizons cards that seem interesting to me. Let's go. So, they revealed that Thalia's Lieutenant is going to be in the set. This is a 1 and a white 1/1 human soldier. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other human you control. Whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Thalia's Lieutenant. This card is originally from one of the Innistrad blocks, I think Shadows over Innistrad. It has been a crucial part of humans tribal lists in older formats, and it did win a world championship in a Bant Collected Company humans list. So I would expect to see this in Historic for anybody who's excited about playing humans. This might be this will be required for anybody who's going to run like humans tribal. But so far, cards like Meddling Mage haven't really gotten there. There's usually, though, enough humans to build a serious deck, and this card right here, I think, is going to facilitate that. So if humans tribal is your jam, get your rare wild cards together. Get your economy right. Next up, Ranger, Captain of Eos. We couldn't introduce a good human enabler without making a mythic one that made you have to craft a few mythics, could we? No, we could not. Ranger, Captain of Eos, 1 and a white. This is a 3/3 human soldier. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card. With mana value 1 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Sacrifice Ranger, Captain of Eos. Your opponent can't cast non-creature spells this turn. This card is a good amount of value for 3 mana, which is what it's going to take to play a 3 mana 3/3 in Historic. Some of the sweet 1/1s you can fetch up include Death Shadow, which of course is a very, very popular one. But most decks these days seem to have a mana value 1 or less creature of some kind that's doing some work. At least on the humans fronts, there's probably a number of options of things that you could fetch up to try to do some damage with and just get a little bit of extra value. But that sacrifice ability is very powerful as well. Keeping your opponent from casting non-creature spells like Wrath of God for a turn can be the difference between winning and losing. Keep in mind, this is instant speed. You can sacrifice it during your opponent's upkeep before they could cast a sorcery, or you can sacrifice it on your turn to keep your opponent from casting instants like counter spells. So Ranger, Captain of Eos definitely has our attention pretty quickly here in the previous season. Those are 2 reprints. This one coming over from Modern Horizons. Now it's time for some new cards. Davriel, Soul Broker. 2 black Planeswalker, 4 loyalty, +1. Until your next turn. Whenever an opponent attacks you and or Planeswalkers you control, they discard a card. If they can't, they sacrifice an attacking creature. Interesting way of defending itself on the +1. Let's check out -2. Accept one of Davriel's offers. Then accept one of Davriel's conditions. What? Where does one find these offers? What? And then -3, target creature perpetually gets -3/-3. Now again, perpetually, this means forever. Even if it dies, is blinked, is bounced, changes zones as many times as it wants, it will always have -3/-3. So, I mean, if that was a creature that only had 3 toughness to begin with, just putting it into play after this, even if you get it back from the graveyard, will kill it. It's a digital only mechanic. Now, where do I find Davriel's offers and conditions? As you see, it's just not there. So we're going to do something risky. I thought it would be there. Davriel Soul Broker deals. Let's see if they find any good deals on it. There's some newsy stuff. How do I get like the actual like the deals? Is there a list? Maybe a helpful guide to Davriel Soul Broker on Reddit. Reddit helpful guides? Okay. I'm so glad somebody actually made this because I thought for sure that this card was meant to be a meme. I am assuming this is official. If any of it's wrong, let me know in the comments. So, the deals and conditions. I receive, you lose 6 life. Not great. Exile 2 cards from your hand. If fewer than 2 were exiled this way, each opponent draws cards equal to the difference. Okay. Sacrifice 2 permanents. Nasty. Each creature you don't control perpetually gets +1/+1. So you buff your Anthem your opponent. An emblem with creatures you control get -1/-0. You permanently shrink your creatures. Gross. You get an emblem with spells you cast cost black more to cast. Oh, black? Okay, 1 black? I have to look up the official reading somewhere, but they'll put it in comments. It's fine. You get an emblem with whenever you draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library? That's interesting. Mill yourself quickly. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each creature you control. All right. You receive, draw 3 cards. Thumbs up. Conjure a Manor Guardian card into your hand. Maybe we'll someday learn what that is. Return 2 random creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. They perpetually gain +1/+1. Return a random... I quit. Too much! There's too many options. What the hell? This could only be done in digital. If you thought Questing Beast had too much text and too much going on to understand, it takes a side meme, and you have to know what another card is. Whatever the heck, something Guardian, what is it? Manor Guardian, whatever the hell that is. And I still haven't finished the card, and I'm not gonna. I quit. I protest. I'm done with this card. This card, here's what's gross. I think this card might be good. I'm pretty sure that in any situation, you can find a pair of deals and conditions to make this work. What I am not okay with is the amount of stupid time, the amount of ropes and timeouts I'm going to use trying to figure it out. My head hurts reading it. My God, are you guys sick of this card already? Hasn't even played against me. And I'm like, this is exciting, but I'm already annoyed, like deeply annoyed. Let's move on to something a little more straightforward. Sarkhan, the Wanderer to Shiv, 3 and a red, 4 loyalty. This is a Sarkhan Planeswalker, +1. Dragon cards in your hand perpetually. Gain. This spell costs 1 less to cast, and you may pay X rather than pay this spell's mana cost, where X is its mana value. Okay, so the +1, it for every dragon card in your hand goes down 1, and that's forever, no matter what happens to the card. If it gets shuffled back in the deck, graveyard, on the battlefield, return to hand, whatever. You may pay X rather than pay the spell's mana cost, where X is its mana value. You may pay X. So kind of color fixing, right? You can just pay colorless mana. So your 5-color dragon deck can now, like, it doesn't need to run 5 colors of mana. Like, this just turns it into generic mana that you can use to pay it. Okay, I get it. 0, conjure a Shivan Dragon card into your hand. I know what a Shivan Dragon is. The internet knows. The internet knows. Let's go. Oh, no. No, bad art. Bad art. Original art only. Let's go. Straight to revised here. Straight to revised. Sorry, it's in the way. But anyway, flying, 5/5, 6 mana, red, +1/+0. Good old fire breathing. It's a 5/5. The original, one of the ultimate killers of new players in Magic the Gathering. You just put one of those in your hand every time for 0. What a deal. -2. Sarkhan, Wanderer to Shiv, deals 3 damage to target creature. I mean, okay, it kind of protects itself. It can reach out and kill a small to medium-sized critter, dealing that 3 damage. So it's not like it can't kill something. But if you play this on a board where either 1, you don't care if it dies because of the tempo of the opponent attacking it, or 2, you just have an empty board and you get to 0 and maybe untap with it and 0 again, you've drawn 2 Shivan Dragons. Look, guys, I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's going to be playable in Historic. I think the +1 actually is going to be really important. Is it worth it to fix your mana colors? Think about 5-color like Niv Mizzet. Typically casting those cards isn't the hardest thing for that deck because the mana in Historic is so good, but it's a thing. Let me put it this way. Personal opinion, hot take. This card as a design for Magic the Gathering with all the digital only stuff going on the card, in my opinion, sucks. I hate it. I hate that it even exists. I'm annoyed before it's, as soon as this resolves against me, I'm going to be like, I'm done. I'm checked out. I'm over it. But it might also be fun. I'm not going to lie. Me playing it, I might have fun. My opponent playing it, I'm just going to be like, what does this do? I don't understand. This, I understand it. It makes sense. It harkens back to some iconic cards in Magic, attaches them to a card that might see play. This I think is cool. Let me know what you think. A bunch of other cards were spoiled, but I'm just going to focus this quick short video on the cards that I think are the most interesting and fun. But if you have a card you want me to talk about it, leave it in the comments. Maybe if there's enough excitement over it, I will make sure to include it in tomorrow's video, although I'm sure new cards are going to be revealed every day until set release. Also, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video where we cover what the hell did Wizards do this time. You're cool.